Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Teardown, where as you can see, we have had an effect on our surroundings. This is what Lee Chemicals looks like post, the events. So, we are here to steal some bookkeeping documents. This is maybe gonna get a little bit complicated. So I'm assuming that everything's going to be alarmed, but as always, our first step really has to be checking that assumption. Well, that was clumsy. I did go ahead and spend the money. I remembered to spend all that upgrade money we earned. So first of all, I fully upgraded the normal gun. It turns out occasionally we do in fact want to have a little precision. And then I also upgraded our planks. I made them much wider. I don't know exactly how much that's going to help, but that's a thing that is true now, is that they are wide. I wonder how far out the window we can get this hanging. Here, I guess I probably ought to... Can we, put this up on the sill? Will it do that without breaking the wire? It might not... It might snap back. Yeah, too elastic. But we could probably, I could probably make a little basket out of planks for it, and we could just hold it near. Okay, those are noticeably wider. I do like that. So let's put one of these here. This is such a dumb plan, but I think it'll probably work. Okay, so then like this, creating a place to sit it on top of, and then we also want to create a place for the back of it to rest against. So if we do this, connect that to pretty much the same spot, and then does this make sense? Is this gonna do it? Where's it at? I need it to not be... This is very shoddy. This is very shoddy workmanship. Did I leave enough room to... Okay, just put it over top like this. Actually, turning the plank like that is probably good. Okay. There we go. That is extremely grabbable from the roof as we just, run past. Right? Yeah, beautiful. Look at the craftsmanship. It's incredible. Alright, so that's, a pretty easy one. We can grab that on our way out. Let's go check out the other ones. We need to run up this pipe. I love how much this map has transformed over the course of things. We've really done a number out here. Okay, I was gonna say, could we just dangle it through there if we wanted? I guess we could, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense to do that. You do not swim very quickly. Jeez. Oh! I don't even really know what I did to make that happen. I nudged the thing and it broke the deck, and then everything just kind of went to hell from there. Well, we've created a thing you can run across. That is certainly the case. So where's our document here? Oh, it's on top of the little office cage. Interesting. So that's accessible through the roof quite easily. It's a thing to keep in mind. Let's not go counting our plan just yet, but positionally useful. You are way off to the side. What kind of boats we got access to? We have this thing, which is pretty fast, if I remember correctly. Oh, there's one all the way in that truck over there. Well, I mean, there's no reason to think we couldn't just drive the truck around somewhere, right? Maybe I could create a bridge for it, like a floating bridge. We got floating debris. Probably not. It's probably not going to work. We're probably going to be doing a lot of boating this time. Okay, so there is a little fence. I can sort of intentionally submerge just a little bit. Let's just open that, I guess. Now we have a place there that we can drive a boat through at least. Let's see what this looks like. Just open the door is plan B. So first you hit it with a big hammer. I knew that was there. I saw it, and once again I failed to jump in time. I'm trying to jump too late because I don't want to. Obviously jumping early is not going to get us where we're going. But this is actually, like, non-trivial. It's really easy to jump over the bit of railing that I'm trying to stand on here. It's like one banister. This is really awkward. Well, I don't know how we're going to make this convenient. So, you know, again, it has proven to be the case that we can disrupt a small portion of a structure as long as we leave a bunch of voxels connected to the thing. I'm sort of wondering if we could cut this tower down and have it fall this way. We're going to try it. Let's find out, shall we? I have 24 bombs. So we'll blow out these corners first. Just cut in from the sides until it is heavy enough to start sagging down. Did bomb my own face a small amount. But we want to make sure it goes the right way here, right? So actually, maybe cut the back corners too, so it's just held up by the center of the back wall. Don't you feel heavy? And then we cut this part with the shotgun, right? So that there's a longer wall down on this side. Nope, that set it off. Well, that's a shame. Also, the thing didn't even fall over all the way. We could have... That's a fixable problem, though. We could have solved that. Alright, so if it gets disconnected from the greater world, the alarm goes off. Ah, well. I thought I had a pretty slick idea there. So there is one at the power station as well. Yeah, I mean, there's no two ways about it. This is just going to involve a lot of driving a boat around. Not a ton that can be done about that. So what's my plan here? I have no idea. Can I run a plank from, like, here all the way over to the wall? I can. Okay. Oh, apparently trying to get on that plank causes you to phase into it and become one with the wood. It's actually super hard to climb onto that. What is happening? Okay. So it seems like if you want to get onto it cleanly, you have to step up on the windowsill first. You can't just get onto a plank from water. So this is up here. That's just, like, incredibly inconvenient. The degree of inconvenience here is huge. How am I gonna... It's not really a way to do this quickly, is there? So what? You, like, start here in the far corner. You grab this, jump out into the waiting boat, take the boat over here, run all the way up the tower, or alternatively, have a plan for blowing the thing out of the tower with a rocket, maybe. Yeah, I wonder if we could just, like, smash a window, hang the box outside of the tower, and then shoot the area that it's connected to with a rocket such that it falls outside the tower as we're approaching, and that might be doable. That might save us a moment. Then you got to get back on this roof, grab this, and you got to, like, resolve this whole sequence of events, and this truck thing has to get dealt with. This seems bad, but that thing is right next to a window. Okay, we might be able to do something like that. That totally might work. Let's see what it's like over here. I should have grabbed the big fast boat, but also, I would be afraid of damaging it. And frankly, I'm not 100% sure that other boat is faster than swimming. So we have some construction equipment here. No obvious way to make use of it, unfortunately. I wonder if we could right this dump truck. I mean, I don't know what the value of it would be, but... Alright, so how deep are we looking at here? as far as the water goes. Definitely deep enough that we cannot drive the truck across all this. I mean, I could certainly put this in a position where it's easier to access by boat, and I, of course, could also just cut through the wall. And let's see what it does, though, if we do try to drive it. It's actually still making forward progress. It's slower than I would like, but... Okay. There it is. Yeah, now it just kicks me out of the cab. Honestly, I did not think they were going to let us get that far. I don't know if this is actually useful, but we are certainly out here now. So if I were to cut away the back of the truck such that, again, I could just like, sort of drive the boat by and grab it, I think it's better that it's out here than that it be in the original spot. Wait, what is this actually connected to? There we go. Oh, we could move this thing. I don't know if that's helpful, but we could. This is probably faster than swimming, like a little tiny bit faster. But also way less mobile and likely to get hung up on objects that are, that are right under the water. So is there one in here? There is not. There's this one, which we've already set up a brilliant situation for. Let's go check the ones in the north. So I guess if I'm traveling distance, I could take the dumb boat. Ain't got a lot of faith in this boat. I will say, frankly, the place looks pretty good, considering what I did to it last time. Alright, so inside this building is the next one. Oh, hello. So this is on one of the big boats that you can use to ram through stuff. That's definitely interesting. So is this one... No, that one is optional, sadly. But, like, it'll be really, really easy to get that to a better place. Not too worried about that. What is going to be the right way to get in here? I mean, I could probably just... Given what we just learned about how planks behave in water, I'm a little leery of trying this, but let's see. Okay, that one's fine. You can get on top of that one, no problem. So this is just like an extremely straightforward... Yeah, okay. Extremely straightforward, real far away from everything else we're doing. Well, I mean, honestly, I kind of hate it. It does seem like there's not a lot of cleverness to be applied here in terms of movement or routing. It's just like drive your boat around. I guess let's go get the speedboat. And obviously there are some positional optimizations we can do. Like we did with that thing. But it seems like it's going to be pretty small scale. This one really is just going to be about driving around the map. So the plan is to start high up in the power plant. Grab that one. Knock this down, drive by, grab it quickly, drive... Does this, and then coming into these, to the exit, make more sense than, like, going up this way, looping around to here, and then exiting? Maybe not, right? I wish that we had access to that construction vehicle that can pick things up with its hook. Because if we could move the truck closer to all this stuff, it would certainly help. We have a dump truck. We have the thing with the scoop arm. We have a bulldozer. Well, not much for it. Alright, fast boat is over here. We're just going to have to start trying stuff. It feels like a little bit of a bummer. It feels like this level lacks ways to be clever. Now, obviously, this is hugely dangerous. The moment we're driving our intended speedboat around, any mistake we make is potentially run-ending. So, yep, like that. That's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. It turns out, stuff doesn't just stop moving sideways in the water. The physics are considerably different. In this thing, we are only going to be faster than walking across very open straightaways. Because otherwise I'm going to have to constantly slow down and readjust and be super careful. Okay, well, like I said, this boat has to be in, like, pristine condition when we start. Because I am going to destroy it during the escape. There's no two ways about that. I think the boat's fine. We damaged a tree, but I think the boat's fine. Alright, so I'm just going to put it down, like, over here, but we gotta turn around. Somewhere like this? Okay. Let's see what we can do for this thing prep-wise, because I would really, really love to not have to climb this tower. I hate these ones. We'll just cut the whole cage out of the window. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure whether the weight of this thing is going to break the cable by itself. Let's find out. It is not, especially if we have a little bit of something to balance it on. Okay, so if we now shoot this thing with a rocket launcher from outside the building, does it just fall the way I want it to? Well, I hit the object itself, which is bad. I definitely need to hit the wall near it. Out of curiosity, does it still exist? Yes, okay. You cannot destroy it. So we want to hit the wall near it, not the thing itself. I did a bad job there. Oh, interesting. Can I walk up here? I can walk up here. How did I perfectly shoot the box again? What an incredible skill I'm displaying here. Higher. Higher than that. We want to break the part of the wall that it's attached to. Okay, that's 2 higher. What is happening? Okay, see that right there? That's the result that you want. So we can do it. It's a little tricky, it's a little finicky, but it can be done. How far out from the wall can we get it? Maybe this is a thing where I build something out of planks to keep it. I guess you can't just have a plank sitting outward, right? Like they fall, they're edged. Actually, maybe though, if we put it like, let me get this out of my way. If I attached it from here, so it's running across the floor. put you on this, and then like build a little something to keep it in place. Let's start with this to keep it from moving back inside. And then we're also going to need something to keep it from, well, it does not resist very much when you get to the end of the rope. All right, well, I'll just shoot it down. It's fine. I'll just shoot it down properly. We do not need the chair. The chair is probably actually detrimental. Okay. So we start here, shoot that down, jump in the boat. So does it make sense? Like this is the big problem. This guy right here, right? This boat is movable. So it's these two far corners. This might be movable too. Maybe. I kind of wonder if we can use the big heavy boat to push it. Let's go try. Let's try a dangerous thing. Obviously, we'll have to be careful how much damage we do to the big boat, because damage done to the big boat could potentially set off the alarm. But if we can use the big boat to push the car, or the trailer of that truck, now that it's disconnected from the ground a little bit, we might be able to just maneuver that into a line with everything else and dramatically reduce our overall travel distance. Because right now, having to go to 3 opposite corners of the map obviously sucks quite a lot. So, let's create an opening for this boat. It's pretty far back in there, right? Like, I don't need to be too worried about accidentally hitting it with any of the bomb damage. Oh, yeah, there's plenty of clearance. So let's put these a little bit high. Okay, that's pretty much sufficient. Now, I don't know how much all of the floating debris is going to be an issue. What's my, plan out here? It's turn right and then just go all the way around these buildings. So we probably want to move at least some of these bigger boxes. Actually, you know what? That might be sufficient. Let's give it a go. Did I remove enough of the wall? Like, we're going to have to clear the door below the water level, right? But to be fair, this is a door. So the part above the water level was that was the real problem. It looks like I actually blew up the parts that were holding the door on the other side. Alright, this is going to be a nightmare. Maybe I overestimated the amount that this thing is capable of turning. Once again, put myself in a little bit of a position. Everything's fine. It's fine. This is what it looked like when I got here. We're not going to be able to clear the fence, though. And there's no fence around the far side, but I don't know if this is going to fit. Yeah, it's not. It's not, though. Alright, we might have to try this again and create a proper opening for it, but let's see if it can move the truck at all. This is not the execution, but it is still the idea. So where do we want to try to do this from? Like, because I'm not going to be able to get behind the truck, right? The boat's too big. It has too much underwater. Oh my god, it is so fucking... It takes so much to turn a boat this size around. Okay. So here's my big concern. My big concern is that we're just going to obliterate the truck by doing this. Maybe what I actually want to do is cut off as much of the front of the truck as possible. Let's try that. Let's reduce the amount of truck we have to deal with, and then see if we can just pull what remains through the water, like by planking it to the boat. Okay, did you know the front part of the boat harder? The front part of the truck is harder than the rest of it. Because I don't think we're going to be able to plank a full semi-truck to this boat. Call me crazy. I think that might be out of the question. Okay, let me hold on. Let's go forth a little bit and try to set up a path. So I think the basic idea here was pretty solid. Going between these two buildings. And then we just need to open up a spot in the fence where we can cross without ripping the boat in half. Speaking of. Alright, it seems to just clear waterborne debris out of the way pretty easily. Push this over here. I think I am now pushing the tree while also riding on it, which is speeding us up a little bit, so that's nice. So we just come through here and we go straight out past the fence? Is that our hope? Oh, hey, there's this thing. Which I can just move. Thanks to the magic of buoyancy. And I will just move it. Because it is definitely in my fucking way. Although, this does raise some interesting questions about what exactly kind of, like, what bridges we could build with debris that is just underwater. I might be able to do this without even needing to boat all that much, potentially. Gosh, you really can't see anything down here. You gotta be like right on top of stuff. Okay, so let's just carve away a portion of the fence with... Oh. You actually do have to breathe. Why would they do that? Why would they do such a thing? Ow. Did you know rocket launchers are dangerous? Okay. Let's hack away these trees, and I think with these two trees gone, we have our opening. It's a lot of work, though. Let me out, let me breathe. Thank you. Apologies to anyone whose phobias I just set off. Okay, so now we have an opening, we get out here, we get outside the fence, and then we should be able to steer past all these trees, I think, and just get out there into the open water. Boy, I created a lot of tree garbage. Alright, so let's try to get a good clean movement of the boat out here so that we can do a quick save with it out near the truck and try a bunch of different versions of this thing. If I'm going to cut away a piece of the truck in order to lighten it and make it more movable, I probably don't want to do it with the face of the boat. I probably want to do that by hand and then attach what's left to the boat. But if we get the boat out here in one piece, we can try some stuff. We can attempt some wild things. really, really hard to get the camera in a place that makes sense. Okay, there we go. Also, just extremely difficult to turn this boat. I forgot to kill that tree. That's a problem. Listen, the boat doesn't have to be in perfect shape, because we're unlikely to actually use this thing during the escape. Remarkably, that plan was good enough. Who would have thought? Okay, so how do we want to try this? I'm gonna just quick save now. And then out of curiosity, because it is so much easier to move things when they are floating, or at least when they are submerged, because obviously that huge metal object was not floating exactly. Let's see about just planking the truck to the boat now, see if we can, in fact, pull the whole damn thing. I'd be very surprised. I mean, you know what I'm going to try first. Okay, no, it will not let me just move it with my own Hulk-like strength. I don't know, then he nailed a bunch of planks into the cab of a pickup truck. It was the damnedest thing I ever saw. Okay. Perhaps unsurprisingly, this does not work. I'm pretty confident, though, that if we excise the cab of the truck and make it just about moving a portion of the trailer, we can get this working. Pretty confident. So let's excise. Let's do some work along those lines. This is going to involve a little bit of trial and error to see exactly how much truck we have to maintain. Because, like, we know that it'll break if we just cut out the tiny portion on the wall near the alarm box. What if we leave, say, this much? So we're like just making it so that the alarm box is roughly halfway between the pieces that are left. All right, looks like I'm not allowed to destroy the base of the truck with this tool. Will this blowtorch work underwater? It should, right? Yeah. Okay. But I realized I was not 100% sure of the science of such things, and, like, who knows? Okay, this is enough. This is good enough. Well, is this movable by hand? No, it is not. I wonder if I could cut off the bottom of the truck entirely. Let's see. What if I broke these corners all the way down? Let's try not to drown ourselves while welding. This, I guess, is the opposite of welding. Let's try not to drown ourselves while de-welding. Dis-enweldicating. And there's a pretty good chance this is going to set off the alarm. So we're removing a lot of voxels from the alarm wall. But honestly, maybe we should quick save now. Obviously, there's only one quick save slot, so it's pretty hard to come back from like a huge error. I'm not going to. We'll yeah, okay, that was too much. Let's see if we can cut the bottom of it off with the rest of the thing intact. Because if we can, I think that's definitely where we start. Because, like, a huge portion of the weight is on the bottom part, right? The wheels and stuff, like... There's a lot of metal down here. Okay. Is that good? Did we actually break that everywhere? Yeah. I am confident we could move the rest of the structure if we just get the bottom off of it. Because the walls of the truck are quite light. And they float, too, which is definitely helpful. Okay, we just gotta get this surface. No, okay, we cannot remove the whole bottom. But we do know that we can cut the bottom in half. And I think that's just what it's gonna have to be. We could probably cut the wheels off. Like, I definitely need this thing. Whatever's left of it, we need it to float. It's like, maybe we just disconnect around here. Is that even going to do the thing I want? I'm actually pretty unsure. Because we're going to have to connect, we're going to have to carve off the wheels from the bottom too, right? Could you maybe... I do hate that I can't poke my head under here to tell if the cutting is, like... As poorly as we can see from above, or as poorly as we can see underwater, it's certainly worse when we're above looking underwater. Yeah, I can't see what the hell I'm doing over here. Alright, let's just... Can I get underneath it? No, it won't let me go down. Man, I really, really, really wish that we could disconnect the whole bottom. Well, if we have to leave part of the bottom intact, I think leaving the wheels intact is probably not going to work. Like, the wheels have to get disconnected. I think we wanna move this forward because the actual alarm box is pretty far past the wheels. We just cut like right here, right? Hold on, let's do some of this from inside so that we know we're not actually hitting the alarm box. It's not easy to tell where the wheels are here though. Okay, this is about as far as we could go. This is not going to be 100% trivial. But yeah, we can cut like that. I will break it myself. Thank you. So I mean, let's make sure that the bottom gets broken with precision, but we can hack this part up pretty bad. I guess we gotta torch the bottom anyway, right? Okay. Again, not being able to submerge my head intentionally is going to make this, like, way harder. That's the fire extinguisher. Not the first time I've made that mistake. Listen, they're both small and kind of spout-shaped and predominantly gray. I'm taking no responsibility here. Who could possibly do a better job, I ask you? Okay, there's a surface down there that doesn't cut. Problem? Potentially. Could be an issue. Okay. Now we want to disconnect it from the front wall. Okay. So now, in theory, we have a disconnected portion of truck. It's still pretty big. Definitely too big to move manually. Okay, I'm still not allowed to move this. But now that this thing should be pretty disconnected, right? It's hard to tell, and because I can't move the individual portions, I can't just, like, test if those two things are still connected. But our character is extremely strong. Just I'm trying to make sure. Alright, so how would I separate these? I mean, I'm not going to be able to connect this to the boat and move it, probably. Because, right, like, the metal makes it extremely heavy. But this part is probably mobile. Let's try to... I'm gonna call that good. Let's try to get the boat over here and plank it up and see if we can't do a little something. Just get it closer to the area. So I think I want to turn the front of the boat that way and then sort of back into this. But I'm going to have to pull it in the direction we're currently looking to free it from the rest of the truck, right? So maybe that's not actually a viable plan. We probably have to be a little more like this. Okay. I have what I would describe as medium-low hopes for this. If I were to assign it a percentage of certainty that it would work, it's in the neighborhood of 32-ish percent. Thank God for all these plank upgrades. Thank the gods of tearing shit down. Let me out of the water. Let me out of the water, though? Okay, there we go. Nope, still definitely connected. However, when pulled from this axis, it can be moved a little bit. Alright, where are you still connected? I see. That's definitely a problem, and then this is still definitely a problem. It may be the case that I can't blowtorch this thing free of the... Oh, wait. I think it just... It juddered in a way that makes me think that I may have actually cleared it of something structural. Okay, we're definitely free of the front part of the cab now. Okay, and I can move it a bit. It is worth noting that I don't seem to be able to turn the boat at all. I have definitely stuck the boat. Can you be moved? Not easily. Because you're, like, extremely in my way. Well... If I can't turn the boat at all, that's a big issue. This is going to be a challenge. I might describe this as a challenge to disconnect. I'm not 100% sure how I died, if I'm being honest. I was definitely not underwater for that long. I think there was a plank that was on fire, and I guess it was burning me? It must have been at least part of it. Okay, so we definitely have to be a little bit more aggressive about making sure that this is cut free of the front of the cab. It looks like it's free now. Definitely still too heavy to move, not a big surprise. Now, we got to get it cut free of the wheel sections in the back as well, which looks like it's going to be more challenging. Because the actual material down here doesn't look like it cuts. So We just have to cut forward here. I'm going to try to leave as much material actually attached as possible. So some of this is cutting away. Damn breathing. What is a breathing mechanic actually adding here? We're actually going to run out of blowtorch. We have a maximally upgraded blowtorch. Yeah, you really, you cannot stay under very long. Okay, so we were able to cut that. So I've got this part disconnected. Yeah, see, the problem is when you use the hammer, it does let me grab it and try to move it now. But when you use the hammer, you're losing a lot of extra voxels. And actually it moves real fast once it's disconnected from the wheelbase. I wonder if there's any way to leave it intact enough to not set off the alarm, but to disconnect it from the big heavy wheels. Because it seems like that's the trick. You know what we're going to do? We haven't really done a lot of meaningful stuff here. I was going to say, what we actually need to do is I need to reset this and try to cut the truck clean probably while it's still up there. Okay. Here's how we're going to handle this. I'm going to call the episode here for today, and thank you all so much for watching. I am just going to have to reset this. I need a truck that is in better condition and a better position to play with this a little bit more, so I'm going to do some of this tedious experimentation stuff off camera, and when you come back next time, tomorrow, I will have figured out either that this is impossible or exactly how much truck we can lose, and will be in a position to execute on this plan. Please, allow the suspense to make you very eager to tune in tomorrow and, maybe watch all the ads or whatever. And we'll see you then.